Welcome to BrickTrains, and I'm Joey, and we kind of have a twofer today for my Show and Tell Wednesday. Two sets here. This is set 100, all right, which is a motor and wheel. Okay, so we have our little sleeve. It's got some pictures on the back showing. Let's raise this up just a little bit. It looks a little bit low. There we go. So different configurations, let's see, that's truck, trains, tractors, there's our trains. Yeah, several different things you can build on the back. And what you got was this, you got this vehicle plate that went on this motor. I think you can, yeah, I guess it went on top, didn't it? Not the way it's pictured on top. Yes. So you put it on like that, and then you built your vehicles on top, or your trains, or whatever. I'm actually going to leave it off for right now. So that came in the set, this little. So if you've ever seen that and wondered what it was, that's what this is for. It goes over this motor. You got an assortment of wheels, train wheels, large wheels, and then the regular wheels. And these wheels all, I don't know if we're going to be able to get that on camera or not. I may have to do an insert close-up shot. It has that little groove or a cutout. All right, so that caused positive connection in here. You just couldn't shove it in. It kind of had to lock in. We're going to use the big wheels for our demonstration today. Could have got the circle of track out that goes on the table, but I didn't. So kind of, yeah, that one's kind of locks in. It only kind of goes in one way, and you just kind of feel it there. It's clicked in. All right, so we're gonna make a truck of some kind here, not a train. Although this, okay, so this came out in 1966. It's part of the Blue Track era, or the 4.5 volt. Hence the 4.5 volt. Here's your motor. And then that brings us to our 101 item, which is the battery box. All right, get this out. It took 3 C batteries. It had this little power plug right there, which matches up to this little 2 spots for the power plug. And oh, by the way, yes, when you put well, it won't because the tires are too big for this one, but the wires would actually go down. It had that little cutout, which allowed it to connect. Now there's 2 styles of plugs that came with this, and this is a really little short cord. You see it has these 2 separate wires, or 2 different plugs. There was also this style plug, which I believe was later. I believe this one came later, but I have a long one of it, so we're going to use the long one. And let's close these up, kind of make some room. You have to be careful with these, because C batteries nowadays can be just a little bit bigger, and rechargeable batteries are definitely bigger. I have not tried this with this clip in this motor. Let's see. Oh yeah, it fits. Sort of fits. All right, so we got our long wire. I didn't want to use this. This short wire was intended for some of the trains. So I think it kind of pictures this on the back. The battery box was built right there, so you didn't need a long wire. And then later on, they had the reversing switch, which would reverse the polarity of this and actually make it go back and forth. Let's see, I think 113 was the set that was famously used for a store display. All right, so we got our wires hooked up, and look at there, look at that. Tell me that in 1966, the possibilities were not endless with this combination right here. I know if I was a kid and I had this kind of control, this kind of remote control for a train or or whatever, truck, car, something. And of course, this all being Lego, guess what? It does, and I'm gonna all snap together, hence the short cord. There you go, all by itself. So the switch is 3-position. You have whatever, forward, reverse, and stop in the middle. And it's literally, it's just 2 fingers wiping over 2 metal tabs inside this back. I've already screwed this together, so I would have showed it. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, you got to be careful. Look, you can see it's kind of split right there. I don't know if that's because I didn't get it together quite right, or if the batteries inside there are just a little too big. It seems like the modern batteries are just a little bigger than what the old batteries used to be. So you have to be very careful with this and not screw it down super tight and break your box. I've seen lots of these broken. So yeah, that's why we got a twofer here. So you kind of needed the 100 and the 101. They were sold separately to get your complete motor. Again, you could hook this up to your blue rail trains and hook this into the car, or like I said, the 113 train. This blue box kind of became the body of the train. You had the short cord. Man, you're off to the races. This is a great little setup, a great motor for Lego train. Again, this is why this era has, I don't know, it's again one of my favorite times for Lego, because it was, it was the beginning, and it was the things they were doing to get what they got. I loved it. And the ingenuity here was awesome. Yes, it was simplistic, and nowadays the stuff that they have just runs circle around it. But in the beginning, this was it. This was it. This was really it. I just noticed there are two versions of both of these. There's a 100. There's a large version, which is this one, which has the however many wheels, 8, 9, 10, 12 wheels there. There was also a smaller one that only had like 4 wheels in it. But it was also numbered 100. And again, you needed the 101. But there was also a later version of this 101. It's kind of hard to see, but this is using the red clip. Well, it's not red in the picture, but it's using the little hook clip, which would be what's on here. Okay, that little hook there. But there's a later version of this box, and it shows these magnets. I don't have that box, but I've seen pictures of that box. I'd love to have that box too. So it would have been the later version of the 100. So in essence, there are 2 versions of this 100 and 101, both. And it's just time through as they changed over to the magnetic clips, or to the magnetic couplers, they had to update the artwork and stuff. So let's get this put up here, back on our little display. Hook our things back up. Give it another run. Yeah, I like it. The 4.5 volt motor, blue motor. Let's actually get up and go. Give her half a chance. You could be chasing that across the floor. So, yeah, that's our 2 for deal today, 100 and 101. This is the large motor and wheel set, and this is the early version of the battery case, not a box, battery case. Yes, more of our Blue Track era items, some of the first trains and motorized equipment that Lego sold. Thanks for watching. So you made it to the end of the line. That means it's comment contest time, except I don't have a contest. I mentioned in that video several times about the train and the short cord. You obviously did not need the short cord when you were making the 113 train. The battery case actually sat right on top of the motor, and there were contacts that touched.